Hola.
What up? What up? In the building. What you drinking on? Already? Early.
I am drinking unsweetened tea.
Unsweetened tea
I like it.
with unsweetened alcohol in it.
No, should I?
I mean, I drink my juice all the time.
I need to figure out how to position my phone because I was playing around with like the lighting. I
Hmm.
think I have to do it like this way. Like the camera can make it look so weird. Can you see me good from here?
I see you.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. It is a rainy day in ATL. Did anything interesting today or what?
I did. I worked out a little bit earlier and I collected a little feedback for today's topic.
So you cheated, is what you're saying.
No, you know what? I was gonna like have talking points, just be all, but I was like, we want to just have an open conversation. You know
Just
what
let
I
it
mean?
flow. Let
Right.
it flow. Let it flow. Don't overthink it. Is the background noise too loud? I don't even know.
No, it sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. Had to do a sound check. Sound check.
Do you have lights in there, like special lights, or just your regular lights?
I have a ring light right here in front of me, and then just the random lights in the kitchen.
Okay.
So I probably look a little bright because it's like right here.
It
It's
looks
really.
okay. I have like all these spotlights and stuff, and it was just too bright. It wasn't.
You thought you was doing a studio. This ain't Tyler Perry Studios. This
It
is
was,
Instagram
yeah, right.
Live.
I was like, this looks kind of weird.
Mm.
I'm gonna step away and get some ice in my
Yeah, go ahead. We got about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes.
Did you do anything interesting today?
I do anything interesting today? Oh man, you know what I did today?
What?
I took a 2 hour nap.
Wait. Well, how? Are you? We'll have to talk about that offline.
That's what I did today. No, today, something interesting came in the mail. It's I know I'm dumb late. 48 Laws of Power.
Oh yeah.
48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. I was I listened to the audio book for a little bit while I was in West Palm. I was doing a gang of driving, so I ended up getting put on to audio book. So I'm not a huge reader. So to get me in the mood to reading more, should I say, I would I would download audiobooks. So I was listening to it, but I said, you know what, I think I want to actually read it. So I ended up purchasing the book from Amazon, and it came today. And I'm looking forward to reading it. Heard a lot of good things about it over the years, so I was like, all right, what's that?
This is a great one too. The Way of the Superior Man.
The Way of the. Okay. Has that
Oh,
been insightful for you, or is that from like a man's perspective? What's that?
it was written, and it's a pretty old book or whatever. David Dita, I think is how you
Hmm.
pronounce it. Daida maybe, but he
Hmm.
wrote it for men. But I think it does help anyone who reads it. It was a book that was on Nipsey Hussle's list, and Laura London had recommended it to him. Now, mind
Hmm.
you, I was a fan of his prior to all that, the his death and everything. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's a dope book because it talks about polarity, and it speaks a lot about the masculine and the feminine and like
Hmm.
why women challenge and things of that nature. But it might be a good one for future.
Okay. I'm always looking for a good read. I think empowerment type of stuff keeps me intrigued. I'm not a sci-fi or horror film, romantic comedy type of reader. If I'm gonna do that, I'll watch movies.
Yeah, same here. Hey, Dev, do I type in or do I just say hey?
You can just talk to them. They do
Okay.
the typing, you do
Hey,
the talking.
Wayne.
When somebody comes in,
So
give
wait,
give.
is this on my live too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, right? I
Oh,
know. Be careful.
I have a little like setup. Okay, well,
Be careful. You don't want your side pieces, you know, getting all in your Kool-Aid.
You're silly.
You want them little
Hey,
side
Jeff.
pieces.
Hey, Wayne. I joined my friend Chris's live to talk about, I guess you can see the topic or whatever. He has a podcast. Follow Chris Hall's podcast. You can see some of his other videos.
All right, back. Yes, please follow me at Chris Hall, ATL on Instagram. Link is in my bio. You just click right up there and you'll see it. Click it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell when you get there so you're notified every time I drop some content. And I will be dropping a lot of content this week because I have a little bit of free time. And I'll be reading this book too. No, I made some free time. Sometimes you gotta make it. You know what I mean? It don't come to you naturally. You just gotta make it. Like, damn, I don't have no free time. Let me make some.
Right.
So I have made some. So we'll probably start in about 5 more minutes. About 5 or 10 more minutes. We'll just shoot the shit right now. So did you get your whole talking points, your PowerPoint slide, your dry eraser board, your little pointer?
I just thought about things that I know my female friends and relatives have experienced, and I figure we can maybe both give our perspective on how females view, you know, and then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's your show, so you tell me.
Okay. No, I was just wondering what information did you cheat and gather to bring to the congregation today. That's all.
All right. That's fair. As much as I am a type A, I really didn't prepare because today's been kind of full.
Good. It's good that you didn't prepare. Guess what? I didn't prepare either. I don't have to.
And you know what? I did look at your videos, the emotionally unavailable girl.
Oh, part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
two is more comical, but it still has some truth in it. But part 1 definitely.
Yeah, I feel like it just, I guess anyone can find themselves in that space, you know?
Have so you've been that emotionally unavailable woman before then, clearly?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on, like, sometimes the phase of life you're in, because, you know, when you and I, like, talked offline or whatever, I think for me, like, your dating situation and mine are very different, although you have a daughter. And she's, you know, growing up, but I have an older son, so I've had a son all of my adult life. You know what I mean? So there were times where, you know, just in terms of priorities that I couldn't give certain things priority.
How old is he?
He'll be 21 in April.
He's out the house.
Right. So, you know, you had asked me certain questions offline and I was like, and it was more of a thing of, I kind of enjoy the space I'm in just for the last couple years. You know, I can think about myself and what do I want? And I've never experienced that. Most people have, and I've never been able to be like, what you want? How you want to move, you know? So I kind of like that.
So you have the freedom. So you're not the typical chick with a kid right now.
No, my son is 20, almost 21.
And he doesn't live with you.
No, and he's a great kid too. Like, he's good. So yes, I don't have to worry about, you know, the day-to-day rearing. And I think when it comes to men versus women, typically the woman's the primary parent, and it's just very different. You know, your dating life, it has to look different than, you know. So yeah. So when you were like, what about this? What about that? And like working hard, I'm like,
You are one of the lucky ones.
I like to think so.
You are one of the lucky ones.
I earned it.
You did earn it. So now you can date more freely, and the man can at least kind of be spontaneous, because it's hard to be spontaneous with a woman with a kid. And
I have a male son, so he's very protective, as he should be.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. That's tough. We don't want none of that. I think that let me think. Let me think about this. I want to think if this is me or this is men in general. I think if we had to choose, obviously we would want your situation to where they're 18, 19, 21 out of the, as long as if they're 23 in the house, that's still the same. So it's actually worse.
Right, almost worse.
Because now you got another grown man in the house and y'all, are playing dick measuring contests all day. So we would rather a little kid and we take over at that point. Like if I'm talking about marriage now, not just dating.
No, it's definitely.
We'd rather we take over. And yeah, I'm sure he or she has a dad in his life or whatever. But once you bring everybody under one household, that's a little bit better. But if you have like a teenager or something like that, then it's like this person is never going to see me as their father or even a father figure. Especially if they have one in their life, whether it's a girl or a boy, especially a boy.
Right, and his dad was always really present, so absolutely that. It's very different. I think I've heard this from a friend who her kid's dad, kind of left the picture early on, so she married when he was 5 or so, but that's pretty much his dad. And she was like, in hindsight, it was a lot easier. And he even admitted, like, it would have been harder to step into that role with the dad present, because it really was his way. You know what I mean? Like, they made the joint decisions.
Yep.
Hey, Brandy.
Yeah. We would rather come in and wreck fucking shop. That's what we want to do. We want to come in. Oh yeah.
And it's your program.
Yep. We want to come in. All right, this is what we're doing. Boom, boom, boom. Especially if you meet a dude with like no kids. You meet a dude with no kids, and you got a kid.
No, it's definitely different. And then sometimes it's hard for people to tell a person's age, and so they may like, oh, I thought you were this age, or
How old do men think you are when they see you?
I usually will get like 33, 34-ish. It kind of depends, I guess if I'm like, like I'm casual today and a little, so I would say 30s, No.
You want to tell them your real age, that you're
yeah.
56? You want to tell them that you're 53 or no? You want me to tell them?
I can't with you. But look, I love that meme of the little girl with the dimples, and she's like, I'm 53, No, I'm really proud of my age. That kind of thing doesn't bother me. I think people just have to take good care of themselves. And how you live makes a difference. Being peaceful.
She-Bree, who's this? She-Bree, we're discussing attraction versus interest. And we're actually going to start right now.
Brandy, this is a friend, Chris. He just started a podcast. You guys can follow him. What is it? At Chris Hall.
All right, Chris Hall ATL. Hit the link in the bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel where I drop content at. You'll get a little teaser on Instagram, but I would recommend going straight to the source.
Somebody said pin the topic, LOL. Is it not pinned? I don't know how to do all that. It's Chris's thing. I didn't even realize I was on my own live, so. But I think it'll be interesting. You want it interactive, right? We're just talking.
How do you pin the topic? Hell if I know.
Can somebody do it? Like, do we?
Let me see if let me get my engineering team on it. Give me a second.
Is that your daughter?
No, that's literally me too. Yeah, I don't see nothing that say pin nothing.
I don't know how to do it either, and I'm not good.
It's only a handful of buttons. Let's see, questions. Questions from your viewers show up here. Okay. They can ask me a question somehow.
Yeah.
Copy link, press to go live, share. I don't know. Y'all throw my topics off. I don't know how to pin no comment. How to pin the topic. If somebody know how to pin the topic, let me know.
Do you want to say it, or can we put it in can you type it in?
By the time people start typing, it's gonna go away.
Okay.
More than like, yeah, I see absolutely nothing that says pin a comment. I'll tell you that much. Oh, hold on. Report live, half video share. Okay, I get it. Hold on.
You stand corrected.
You
stand corrected.
I found it. There we go. All right, y'all. We learning, y'all. We learning. Y'all are learning with us.
They said hold the comments and it'll give
I
you the
did it.
option, whatever. Okay, you did it. Yay, Chris.
Hey, I'm a quick learner now. I said I'm gonna find out.
All right, come on, engineering squad.
I'm telling you, I said I'm gonna find out. So, anywho, attraction versus interest. So the definition of attraction is the action of power or evoking interest, pleasure, or liking for someone or something. Now, the definition of interest is a feeling that accompanies or causes special attention to something or someone. And I think there was something else that I wanted to see as well. Boom. Is that this one? Where'd that go to? I put boom. So I find that men in general are more attracted than interested at first. And I feel like with a woman, it may be the other way around because y'all are slightly more detailed in your approach. So I am attracted to a lot of women, to where a woman would probably kind of hone it down a little bit and be interested in one person. What say you?
I think that's very accurate. I think for women, you're definitely right. We're a lot more detailed. I think because men are so much more physical, women may find a person attractive, but that doesn't mean they're attracted to them. And typically, if a guy is like, oh, she's pretty, or like, oh, she's this or that, they are actually typically attracted to the woman. Is that fair?
Say it one more time.
So for women, I'm speaking of for myself and what I know of my friend circle and stuff. Typically, a woman may find a guy attractive. Like she may be like, oh, he's super handsome, he's this or that, but she may not be attracted to him at all. Like he is in the friend squad. But most men, if they find a woman attractive, they don't want to be her friend. No?
Besides college and things like that, I don't even know how to meet a new girl friend, just a friend. I don't know what type of spaces I would be in to just be some, mind you, I have them, but I believe that most men acquire female friends by an attraction of some sort.
Initially, right?
Initially, let's say there's an attraction, you get a number, this, that, and the third. It doesn't necessarily work out, but y'all still cool. This, that, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what you usually see in men and women with friends. That's going to be another topic of mine, females with male friends. That's coming up. But anywho.
Such a heartbreaking topic when you realize most guys don't really want to be your friend. It takes forever to grasp that concept.
We don't want to be a friend. I mean, what do we need a female friend for?
Perspective. So I'll tell you this. I have a guy friend, really, really dope person or whatever, and I could tell it was sort of offensive to him that I was like, yeah, you're a nice looking guy, you have yourself together, but you know, just based on some other things going on with him, I'm not, you know, I don't find myself attracted to him in that way of like, you know, that kind of interest, because it's kind of like, you know, I know what is going on, so he's kind of in this little box. And it seemed as though originally he was like personally offended, you know, and I'm like, and that's why I'm saying.
He was offended that you was not attracted to him in that way?
Yeah, because I think he thinks of himself as an attractive guy, and he is, but being attractive and a woman being attracted, like you said, the level of detail we have is a little bit different, because if a woman finds a guy attractive, she's usually interested. Not always, but if I'm like, oh, this he's handsome, he's cute or whatever, I'm attracted to him, then I'm actually interested in getting to know more about him.
Okay.
Until, you know, something's not jiving.
I mean, how did y'all meet? How would y'all even come into acquaintance? Was it some work or a project of some sort?
I know him from university.
So
like
school.
We cool. And I guess over time, you know, you really talk a lot more or whatever, and you get to really know someone. So I can see how that emotional connection can grow. Kind of with any friendship, you're going to have a connection. And so I think that he you know, just sort of thought like, hey, let me just, you know, shoot my shot or whatever. And
Hmm.
I was very flattered and all that, but I was just kind of like, yeah, but you understand why I wouldn't, you know, see you again.
Damn. So what, I mean, so what were you giving him before? You was just giving him this insight that you say that we need from our these female friends that are so magical?
Yeah, like a sounding board. You know, I think I will say once you have that clarification with someone, just like, you know, you and I have a mutual, like I've met a female friend through you, right? Like years ago. And
Mhm.
so, you know how you just kind of get cool with someone, like you know, I guess the guy brushes it off and accepts that, hey, you're the friend, but
So
I
did,
don't know if secretly the guy's like, maybe one, I don't know.
did he stay in it? So you put him in the friend. He was coming over here. You said and you picked him up. You put him in the friend zone. Did he stay there?
I think so. I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like there's been like confusion ever since. And literally, let's be honest, especially since we do live here in Atlanta, a lot of times it's because of foolishness.
What's define foolishness?
So I do think that sometimes, let me back up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're
Slow roll.
friends, I understand his dynamic with his ex and things of that nature. So it would not make him a candidate for me to take seriously. You know what I mean?
So speaking of X, we'll go ahead and take a question.
Okay.
It said, "Can men be platonic friends with an ex?" Since you just said that, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why?
Nope.
Why
Nope.
not?
Nope.
Why not,
Nope.
Chris?
Nope. Nope. I wouldn't. I would not. So there's a difference between friends and friendly.
Okay.
So think about this. Me and my daughter's mother are not friends. We're friendly.
Right.
Me and my MC don't have any exes that I still deal with. No, but you could be friendly with the ex because y'all ended on decent terms,
Right.
but
Cordial.
you can't be friends with an ex. Whereas you're, like you said, you're getting insight from this woman. You're hanging out with this woman and her friends. She's hanging out with you and your friends. It's just not a, it's not a good, and that goes into the other topic that I wanted to have about females with male friends like that. Like I went on a girl's page, and I'll just briefly talk about it right now. I went on a girl's page, and every
Hey,
other
Trevor.
every
That's my
every
son.
every other picture was her taking a picture with another dude saying "Big Bro," "Little Bro." Shout out to Big Bro. Happy birthday to Little Bro. Big Bro.
She sounds really young. Keep going.
But either way, whether it's mature, immature, this, that, and the third, a man is not going to be. And mind you, let's keep it a band. Instagram is a part of relationships now. It's
Oh yeah, it's
2021.
the whole thing.
Social
Like, don't
media has
let
been
me
a
follow you.
social media has been a part of relationships for quite some time now. I'm sure everybody on here has had some type of disagreement of some sort with their significant other or even someone they're trying to date
Hey,
when it
Trevor.
comes to social media. They've had some type of issue. So when you put those type of things on your page, a man of, remember, interest versus attraction. I may be attracted to you, but knowing that I gotta be on your Instagram holding you, and at any given time another nigga could be on your Instagram holding you, talking about some shout out to little sis. We don't want that. I know I don't. I don't know no dude who's comfortable with their girl having male friends. You could be friendly. I think there's a difference. What say you? Are you comfortable with your
I
man having female friend? Like, imagine you dating me. I'm on my page. Shout out to little sis. This chick bad. All these chicks look good. Talking about some little sis, little sis, big sis.
I think that a person can literally have friends from like childhood, high school, and things of that nature. I think you can have friends that you've carried over from when you were younger. Like they know you, you grew up together, you have some moments. I
Mm-hmm.
think that the dynamic of that friendship does have to change. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a really, really close guy friend for a long time. And I remember my ex used to be like, he likes you. And you know, he always felt like the guy would try and say little stuff to kind of let him know he knew me better. And
Yep.
he literally like did like he really liked, you know, he was really invested, you know, and we met with him being attracted, and I'm like, oh, I got a guy, you know.
No. It's a
So
negative.
I definitely don't think you can have new female, like as a female, I cannot have a new male friend, right? Like how's
No.
that go? Not in a relationship. But I
Mm-mm.
think you could have one or two guy friends. I do think every now and then there's always that time you have to kind of remind someone like, hey, didn't like that comment. You know, maybe you post something on IG and the person's like, man, you were, and it, you know, it gets a little like, why you say that to me? I'm
That's
your
why.
friend.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, mind you, I have female friends. I'm not saying that I don't. It depends on how I meet them. You feel what I'm saying? If I meet them, it's hollering at them, then cool. But if it's like from a friend of a friend, or like Instagram, you can create friends just randomly of somebody
Right.
following you. You follow them, they see you out, you see them out, whatever, what have you. But most of a man's female friends are going to be someone that they've either dated, hollered at, or had sex with. Because we can have sex with somebody and be your friend next week and not have sex ever again. That's fine. But we've had sex. So now when you run into me, I introduce you to LaToya. I've had sex with LaToya. I'm not going to tell you I had sex with LaToya. So now you look like an idiot while I'm with with little sis. But that's really somebody I've had sex with. I'm not going to tell you that, but I've had sex with this person.
And I will say, I don't think that, let me just back up. Is that why guys are not comfortable with women, their girl, like having guys, because you're guy friends, because you're like, what was the situation? He's one wrong decision on me, and he's going to try his best.
And do not get it twisted. All y'all out there, do not get it twisted. Women do the same shit.
Explain that. Like,
meaning that you will be friends with somebody and you'll have a whole boyfriend, but not tell your boyfriend the relationship between you and that man. What it had, this is just my friend and you'll say wherever you met me. But you won't say, oh yeah, think about this. I'm your boyfriend. Oh, who's that? I was just Trevor. Oh, okay. You had sex with Trevor? Yeah, but it was
Trevor's my
nothing.
cousin on the thing. The Trevor that joined is my cousin.
Oh, I just made up a name. I didn't even know somebody was in here named Trevor. What up, Trevor? You good? But yeah, so we just don't say anything. But this is literally a girl I have been with. Now, and the reason I say women do the same thing, because if this is the girl I've slept with and she's introducing me to her peers, it's the same thing.
I think it's different. I'm going to tell you why, because I think women know what men can or cannot handle. Women are always cognizant of men having a different ego than we do. I'm not saying that a woman might not have a friendship where the guy has, you know, maybe initially he liked her or he, you know, tried to kiss her or something like that years before.
Come on now. He tried to kiss you?
Hey, boo. So, well, what I'm saying is, I don't think that a woman would have a guy friend that she's had a relationship with to that extent and bring him around her man. I don't think so.
No. You don't think so?
No, because we know that can backfire on us. Like, this is the thing. Guys get to walk through life. Like, for example, this is so random, but I've had a guy be like, why don't you travel solo and do this or that? You can stay in a hostel. Women cannot move like men. We don't get to move like men. We also are very cognizant that men and women live with different rules. My cousin Trevor and I, in our little group family chat, we talk about this stuff all the time. I'm sure Trevor got some good perspective. But what I'm saying is, a woman, if she really likes her man, and she should, I mean, he's her man, she knows what she can never, there are certain things that are unforgivable. So to have your man around a guy that you've had history with is unforgivable for most men.
Oh no,
so
mind you, I'm not saying it's
you
right.
You would though. You would. A guy would.
I'm just saying it happens.
I see him saying definitely happens. You think so? Someone saying it definitely happens.
Definitely happens. It definitely happens. Because think about it. If you've been, so let's not use Trevor since that's your cousin.
Women totally would know.
Yes. Let's use Bob, right? Let's use Bob for instance. So you've had sex with Bob. 20 years ago, right? You've been around Bob, you know Bob's wife, you know Bob's kids, this, that, and the third. Y'all are cool. You went to college together. Everything's good.
Hey, boo.
Why wouldn't you, if you're having a housewarming or maybe a birthday party or some type of dinner or some event, and Bob is there and your boyfriend is there? Why, hey, let's say Tim's your boyfriend. Hey, Tim's Bob, Tim. Hey, what's going on, big bro? Oh, good, man. It's a great party, man. I enjoy it. Hey, man, yo, your girl did a great job, man. She the best. Yeah, man, you know how I do. You were not going to introduce you, say, Bob, this is the dude I slept with in college. This is my new boyfriend. That's not happening. You're just going to introduce the dude. That's it.
Well,
You're not going to say anything. Why?
Yeah, okay, I think the event matters. So I think, okay, so I can definitely say maybe at a funeral setting where maybe someone is from your past and you're like, oh, this is someone I went to college with. Maybe there was some history there. He meets your boyfriend. You can't really control that setting because it's like someone's there to support you. But like a housewarming and all that, I think that's tacky. And I don't think the average woman would do that. But I will say this, women do get to operate with this understanding too. Most guys keep their lips, hey Ronnie, they keep their lips zipped so you don't have to worry about a guy being petty like, back in the day we used to, whereas women will do things like, I've been to a housewarming party of a guy, totally platonic or whatever, and absolutely not, thank you, Key, come on Virgo. Basically,
I need you to focus.
It was so many women in his home or whatever. You could tell they were looking to figure out like, who is she to him? Who is this or that?
You know how often that happens?
I was like, what you got going on here? We totally were cool.
Well, usually as men, and I had a conversation with somebody as well about this, that when it be parties like that, we try to huddle up and actually say, okay, who are you inviting? You're inviting this group. All right, we can't bring that group with this group because I didn't smash her and her, so we can't bring them together because they're gonna be a little catty. So we'll usually try to put the chess pieces where they land and try to have a good party. But sometimes that does happen. But that's
telling me.
That
I saw your video.
You see that one, right? Oh, that's my favorite movie of all time, man. Man, that's an awesome movie.
But I will say, Chris, I think women and men get to operate in different prisms, and like our experience, like for example, women have certain privileges men don't. We don't usually pay when we go places. Guys are very generous. You can literally cross the street and sometimes cars will stop for you. It's certain things that women get, right?
Yeah, niggas getting hit.
Back to the topic of attraction versus interest.
Yeah,
I think that is where men definitely have more of an upper hand. Hey, Jacinda. I think men have more of an upper hand, and I'll tell you why. Because like I said, if a woman is like, oh, I'm attracted to him, like, oh, he's cute. Now I'm attracted to him. His vibe is cool. Now we're interested in getting to know a guy. And like you said, a man may be attracted to 5 women and may only have interest in one, or not have interest in any one of them, but he may pursue, he may, like, I hate to say like chase, but I mean like just pursue her, like, make it communications good, plans and things like that. And then I think it gets very hazy for women because I've been around a girl and a guy that are, I guess they tried before, and to me they look like they have great chemistry. They're a very cute couple, but it just doesn't seem like that maybe the guy has the interest to move forward. And for a woman in it, it's just hard to see that because you build a connection, especially if things have gone further than just hanging out, And I think that's tougher for women than men, for sure.
So with so one thing I wanted to get into with attraction versus interest. How do you decipher whether a guy is attracted or interested in you from the onset? So one sure sign is the places, mind you, not just the first date per se, because that could vary. Right. The places that he takes you, or if he takes you anywhere in general. So I could be attracted to you in a sexual way, right? But every man in here or whoever sees this can, any man who sees this can attest to this. If we're interested in you, we're gonna want to show you off. We're gonna want we like. Remember, you said where the dudes you was at a party or whatnot, and the dude was kind of making the other dude feel like I know you better than him.
Yeah.
So niggas is always in a dick measuring contest. So it's a few things that men like to show off. Their money,
Cars, women, and money.
cars, and women. That is 3 things that automatically will shit on a nigga. So we like to acquire those 3 things. Usually in abundance. All of them.
Fire.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's how you can really tell if a man is interested. Like the dates, like if a dude wants to take you to, either like taco places all the time or pizza spots and things of that nature. Oh, that's or nowhere at all. He just wants to kind of chill, hang out, this, that, and the third. That dude is attracted to you. And mind you, you can even look at attraction like a cliff, right?
Right.
If you're all the way to the top, where we're very attractive. But believe you me, we can be right on the edge of that motherfucker and barely be attracted to your ass and still fuck with you. We'll still call you over. We'll still blow that back out with no problems. No problems.
Okay, wait, my friend. Okay, if a man dates and marries a woman that he doesn't show off, take out, does that mean he's not interested in that woman?
Correct. Unless he can afford it.
That's the wife.
If a man dates and marries a woman that he doesn't show off, take out. I mean, mind you, I know this is cliche, but I speak in generalities. Obviously, and I always tell people, a man walked on the moon once before. So shit can happen. So when I talk, I'm talking about in general. Obviously, some men just don't take a woman out and marry her, I guess.
Not the extremes, not the...
Yeah, please. Yeah, not the extremes. In general, if a man is interested in you, and don't take show off as a bad thing. I don't have another word or phrase for it.
He's proud of the woman.
Yeah, maybe whoever said that may be thinking of like, I'm just showing off, like, look what I got. Like people show off money, people show off cars, show off girls. I don't want you to seem like an object, like money and cars, but he's showing you off, meaning that I am proud to actually been able to acquire such a treat. Okay? So that's what you have to focus on more than anything. If this guy is actually interested in you, he's showing you off to like, look what I acquired. Can y'all believe?
Does that make sense?
Somebody come look at this.
I was asking Joe if she wants you to clarify.
No, she's talking about Jamaican Bella.
Yes. So let me ask this though, because I do know what she means. Like I remember when I first moved to this city, and that was when we were free and we could really get out. There were guests claiming, okay, Boston. But I remember, going to like networking events for like maybe is it E400? What is the emerging?
Oh, emerging. Yeah. I was going to those too. I love those.
Yo, I went to a holiday party one time.
Me too.
Met a lot of people.
As you should. Yeah.
But but what was crazy is, you get people's social medias, and I was surprised at how many men. It was some men that were married. You didn't even know because they don't show their girl or whatever. Now, what's up with that? Are they interested or attracted to their partner if the person's not there? And this is, kind of piggybacking on what Joe's question was, but why do men do that? Like, if you have a whole girl, why wouldn't you have her out there? Is that because the guy's not only up and up?
We're cheating.
He's protecting her.
Yeah. We fucking bitches. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. If, like I said, if he's into you, he is going to show you all. I don't care what the circumstances is. Oh, I'm not, and especially if he's on social media. Now, if he doesn't have a social media, obviously.
No,
but if he's
there are a lot of guys who have social media in this city, and you would be like, I would have never knew he was married.
If he's posting memes, if he's posting pictures of himself,
to look available, yes.
Pictures of alcohol, going out to nice restaurants. This, my friend, is.
Is that because he married someone he's not proud of?
Not necessarily. Some men want to have their cake and eat it too. And some women want to do that as well.
I've heard stories. I've heard.
Yeah. So, I mean, people in general are greedy. Greed tears things down.
I think men are a little more greedy than women, though.
That's fine. It's not a scale.
Not that it's
but
a measure, but
that's
okay.
that's fine.
Do we have any other questions? I'm curious to like know if.
Who? Oh,
I was just
there's
looking at
actually
comments,
there's
but
a
someone says,
box. There's a box of question. Yeah, there's a box. Don't worry about the comments. Talk to me.
talk to Chris. Okay.
Talk to me. Let me work all of the technical stuff, the engineering behind the scenes.
Okay.
I got you. Talk to me.
Okay. So Chris, you know, can I say this?
I don't care.
Okay. Like we met a while back. So I remember when we met a while back. This was like earlier when I was newer here, and I don't really. I know we were out somewhere or whatever, like, and everything was cool. It was always a good vibe. We'd go out or whatever, and I remember you were saying you had, you know, disclosed some information to me, and I was like, well, why would you even approach me? Like, what was that about? And you were like, I was like, why would you want to waste your time? You know, you were like, waste my time? Would I ever feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm feel like, you know, the girl's attractive and heaven forbid things progress? Like, no guy is going to say waste your time. And what I have found is I'll have friends, or, you know, they'll be like, this guy, you know, maybe they're in like a situationship, or it's just things have prolonged for so long and it feels like something real, but it's real. The guy's not stepping up. And they'll be like, why won't he just leave me alone?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Access, baby.
I'll tell you this. You drive a car until it's on E. And once it's on E, you can always go to the gas station, pump it back up to full, and do what? Continue driving it. So that's how we are in relationships.
Somebody put a trash basket in the comments.
We listen. We completely stay in the relationship the whole time. A man will do what you allow him to do, and don't get it twisted. Because I've had conversations with plenty of women, and I ask them myself, what are your intentions? What are you here for? Why are you in my space, in my energy, and in my face? And y'all are shocked. You looked at a fucking ghost. You don't know why you're here either. But y'all like to use the excuse as if it's us staying in a relationship with you. You didn't know, you had no intentions of marrying this person when you met him. And you still don't want to get married, but you say we're wasting your time. We're all on the same time. Didn't y'all fight for equal rights and all this other stuff? So if we want to be on the same page, then let's be on the same page here.
As a woman, I want equal and better.
I'm sure of it.
Like, that's just, but no, yeah.
But yeah, that just goes to show you. I've had plenty of conversations of either a woman who got mad at me because I wasn't doing this or doing that and the third. And I said, well, what are your intentions? Well, I was looking for something serious or something this, that, and third. What in the hell is something serious? Okay, I'm seriously dating you.
Like a
commitment. Hold on. What? Just say it. You want to get married. You have to say that. You have to, it's like when y'all go into work and into jobs, you put on your boss outfit and you don't take shit and no for an answer and you do this, that, and the third. But when you get into these relationships, you just sit there. You just sit there. You don't demand to be married. You know how many, I've spoke to women who've been in 8-year relationships with a dude, have 2 kids, shacking up, and this dude won't even respect you enough to marry because he never wanted to marry you. He just had kids with you.
Right.
So now he's just stuck with a girl and some kids. That's it. Not a wife.
Therefore, that commitment will cause you to leave. So I will say that, so there's that saying that, you know, when you, let's just say that a woman is like, look,
absolutely,
you don't, because no one likes ultimatums. Like, no one likes those. So that's not okay either. But
why?
The conversation should be happening.
Whoa. Why is an ultimatum not good because someone else doesn't like it? What's that? What are you gonna? When are you gonna start thinking about yourself?
Now, mind you, he's not talking to me. He's speaking in generalities.
No.
But I will say, I will say, I think that when it comes to certain decisions that a woman would like to, I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this even makes sense, but I'm just tapping into the mind of a woman. A woman would like to think that the man loves her so much, or he's, not willing to risk not having her in his life to the point that he will step up to the plate and offer that. He will ask versus a woman feeling like she's wearing the guy down.
How long? Yes,
I
yes,
saw, huh?
yes, 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 yes. You have to wear a nigga down. Wear him down. I'm gonna tell you
I know
why.
some people who are very worn out who have done it, and it did not work out in their
Listen,
favor.
listen. Regardless whether it
Men do
works
the
in,
choosing. Okay,
thank
Boston.
you. Regardless if it works in your favor or not. Do you know the amount of options that a good-looking, successful, tall man has, especially with no kids, in
That
his
doesn't feel. So
prime?
I agree. I agree, Joe. I don't think that feels.
No, mind you, once you do it, if you see it's not reciprocated, haul ass. I'm not telling you to sit in a relationship for 8 years. That's what I'm trying to tell you to avoid.
Right. So look. So this, I'm just looking at comments, but I will say this. I think that. How do I say this?
Just say it. That's how.
I think right. I think that we definitely have to be honest when it comes to like guys. Certain men definitely have so much access. Even like, especially in this city, some guys that are none of what you said just have access to a lot of women. This
Yeah,
city is
just in general.
overflowing, right?
Yeah.
But I do think it's very hard to say, hey, I need you to be feminine. You need to be this, you need to be this, and all these things. But then you're saying the girl has to chase and do all this kind of stuff. And I think for a lot of women, it doesn't feel natural to do that. And
Mind
then
you,
you see cases where that hasn't had to happen.
I'm not saying that you have to chase them. So let's say I'm talking to.
I'm not chasing.
Yeah. I'm sure you're not. I'm sure of that. So let's say I'm dating 3 women. I'm talking to 3 women at a time, right? I'm talking to 3 women.
He is literally.
I'm talking to 3 women, and all 3 of them are doing the same thing. No difference. I'm having sex with one. I'm having sex with the other. She ain't cooking. She ain't cooking. She ain't cooking neither. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone looks the same for the most part. Usually men have a spectrum of girls that they date. Yeah, they all have a type of some sort. They all gonna look good if you're dating all of them. You're taking them out on dates, right? What I'm not telling you to chase them per se. What I'm telling you is once you realize that there are, I know y'all don't like this type of stuff. There are other women trying to get this dude. Why in the hell are you think you're the only person attracted to this person in the world? You wouldn't be attracted to him. You're attracted to him because of what he can his resources, how he looks, how he carries himself, this, that, and the third. If you know women, you know that women like this man. So it's up to you to try to put yourself above and beyond these other 2 women if you want this man. If you don't care about him whatsoever, then you're going to continue getting what you're getting. That's all. And you're going to be comfortable with that. But then you'll pull back from the dude and say, oh man, this dude is about that bullshit. And what you're going to do, you're going to jump into the next dude who's, guess what? Doing the same fucking thing. And you're going to continue to deny these natural wonders of the world when it comes to men and dating women. That's just what we do. You're either going to accept it and step it up, or you're going to just keep being right in the middle. You know how many women I have tell me, I'm not doing this until that. I'm not doing that until this. I ain't cooking for you until this. I'm not having sex until that. I ain't giving head until this. It's always some stipulation. So if I'm dating 3 women and 2 of them are telling me what they're not going to do, and 1 is telling me what would you like me to do, who in the hell do you think I'm going to talk to the most? This is because all y'all look the same. I'm not dating a supermodel and Precious.
I'm done with you.
We don't do that. It's either going to be, it's up. When it's up, then it's up. Right. Or it's going to be right here. When it's up, then it's stuck. That's it. We're not dating like that. So we're not judging off of who looks better. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by setting yourself apart from the other women that he's dating, hopefully in the shadows. You won't know per se. You may assume.
Chris, someone asked a good question. I think I can answer this one too. I can vouch for him rather. Someone said, "Do the other women know about one another?"
No, it's a shadow. Man, I got a video on it on my YouTube, which you go on my page, you hit the link up top, it sends you to my YouTube page. I have a video about that.
About the shadow, as in the women that are
about men being discreet. Are men discreet? Or do we need to be more discreet to where I would know dudes who would be putting the women that he's just, flossing around the streets with on his social media for the world to see? And I say you need to be more discreet for that.
Someone said, so women are competing for a man to choose her? Yes, according to Chris. Yes. Thank God I already have a child and all those kind of things. But I will say this, Chris, what you're saying, I'm going to tell you what I like about what you're saying. I do think that a person has to have their own self together. They have to be, working out, making sure their mental and physical health is good. And I think when you're coming with that kind of energy, you have no problem.
You have no problem.
Becoming a track star when you need to, baby.
Thank you.
Walk away. Next.
Exactly. So, hey, if you want to walk away right into this other nigga who's doing the same thing, then go ahead. Keep fucking walking until you got calluses in your toes.
Their type. I will say women can change their types because guess what? You're speaking on behalf. How tall are you? 6'3"?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Chris is 6'3", ladies. I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
No, so Chris is 6'3", so he's a taller guy, whatever. He's attractive. So he is speaking from his perspective. Every man doesn't necessarily have that perspective or feel like they want the women competing for him. I do think that more women are willing to compete. Chris, I don't know. I'm not saying.
Still there? Breaking up.
Let me say this. Let me not backtrack, but round it out. I'm not saying that it's not competitive, especially once women get to a certain age, right? I think up to a certain point, women are running it. What? I do think once women get to a certain age, I'm not saying it changes because you and I were talking the other day, and again, back to the attraction versus interest, but I get approached by much younger dudes. Sometimes it's offensive.
You look a lot younger than you are. Yeah, you look a lot younger than you are.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's just attraction. There's, that kind of thing. But I will say that I think things are a lot different in that there are men that legitimately like women that are older than them for whatever reason they do. Maybe we don't have a front lace. I don't know. But
ma'am, was that? I know it's nighttime, but we don't need all that shade. It's nighttime, okay? It's night already. We don't need the shade. Men like older women because we believe that y'all have y'all head on straight and you're not track stars by the age of 38, 40, 41. You might be like, you know what? No, this is what we think. Y'all have played this game for so long. This woman has ran out of tokens. You ran out of tokens. So we're like, okay, yes. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that exactly. What I mean by that is that you have torn all this fucking body armor off of you that you had from 27 to 35. So you're now not wanting all of these things that you wanted because, like you said, you've had a kid already, so you're not necessarily looking to have kids no more. You might be a lot nicer than you were before. You may listen to City Girls, but you may not follow it like the Bible. You feel what I'm saying? So
more cooperative.
This is what meant. Do you know how many women I meet that are not cooperative? Why do I want to spend my money because you're not spending anything here? You know what I'm saying? You're not spending anything. Why would I want to spend my time, my money, my resources, like you love men with this insight for someone who doesn't even cooperate? I've gone on dates with women where they will argue with me with anything. I'm like, man, the sky is blue today. It's kind of turquoise, but if you say so, damn.
Right.
Listen. Do you know how I told this a friend of mine, because she has a problem with this. She has a problem always at men's fucking neck about things. At their fucking neck. We can't, as I'm speaking, so you have to, we don't like that. You know what I told her? How to work on it? You ready for this?
Is it appropriate?
It's appropriate.
Okay.
Carry bottled water. Sounds funny, right? You know what that does? That gives you time to shut the hell up. And while he's talking, do this.
Is the arguing or different perspectives? No, I will. Okay, so Fallon, I like your question. I will say that
Is what arguing? What she says, what arguing?
she's saying, I guess she's saying if the woman has feedback, is that considered arguing or just a different perspective? And you're saying if the woman is combative, it doesn't
It's
matter. I
combative.
don't want
It comes to where you'll be talking about stuff that's clear, and you still have this an argumentative point. If you got a different perspective, that's fine. You feel what I'm saying?
That makes her articulate, yeah. But
Correct.
The battle,
Some people think Suge Knight was responsible for Tupac dying. Some people don't. That's a different perspective. That's something that could be debated. But when I'm talking about clear and cut things, and we're still having, it gets draining. Mind you, I'm not saying men just want to be right all the time, or we just don't want you to say nothing and shut up and this time. I was saying that being facetious, but we just want someone that's cooperative, that's smiling all the time.
tell us what cooperative looks like. Give us like a date or a day chilling with one of your 3 girls. What does cooperative look like?
Cooperative
The most cooperative girl.
Cooperative is somebody who lets a man be a man. You don't challenge things of a man. So if I say, so boom, I'm like, hey, you want to go to get ready at 8. We have plans at Port Calvin's. I'll pick you up. Yeah, I'll pick you up, or I'll send a car or something like that. I don't need you to say, oh, Port Calvin's, what about raw sushi? You don't want to go to raw sushi? No. I want to go to Port Calvin's. That's what I chose to. The man has set a whole plan together, and you ask him to go somewhere else. You feel what I'm saying? When we're talking, listen to me talk. If I say something egregious, then yeah, you making, give your perspective, but let a man finish his point. Like me, as you can see, I talk slow because I'm more methodical and try to word things a certain way. So I'm trying to get off a point, and you're jumping down my throat as soon as I say, hey, yo, on the mic. You feel what I'm saying? Breathe. That's why I told you, get a bottled water. Just get a bottle of water and drink it. Maybe that'll help you from talking over the person, is what I'm saying. I'm only talking, mind you, I'm not saying y'all to be quiet, don't say nothing. I'm talking about combative behavior. Behavior.
It's her way or something.
Yeah. I had a conversation with someone about men leading. Oh, I don't want no man to no lead. We leading together.
Who said that?
Listen, you would be surprised of all these new age feminists that I run into that always want to challenge a man and a man's role in a relationship and want to change theirs for some odd reason. That's not attractive.
Okay, I have a perspective to offer, Chris.
Oh man.
No, I like what you were saying, and I think that, so I don't know. I know some of the women on here are definitely professional women. I know guys don't care, but I'm just saying, like, they have careers, they have responsibilities, and I do think sometimes it's a challenge for women to shift those gears. Like, like you mentioned at work, we're like, we're type A, we're responsible. Mm-hmm. We have to really lean into our masculine energy. Shameless plug. Chris and I were just talking about this. I think it's a great book, The Way of the Superior Man by David, I think it's Daida.
Mm-hmm.
So he talks about polarity, right? Like feminine and masculine energy. And I think even in corporate America is power and leaning into your femininity. However, when you're doing actionable things, that is masculine energy. Like you're getting stuff done. That's what men do. They get stuff done.
I've dealt with I had a girlfriend one time who she brought the masculine energy she has, or she has to have at work, especially in like sales, the masculine energy she has at work, she would bring it back to me. ma'am, I don't want none of that. I'm not your coworker. I'm not your boss, and you're not trying to sell me nothing. I bought it already. So we need to check that shit at the door. Check it at the